All right, 9. So let's take a look at D and E. So in this case, we're given a triangle and we know 2 interior angles and we know 1 exterior angle. And we know that these 2 interior angles are opposite this exterior angle. And we know, again, that we have a theorem for that. So if we pull back our theorem page and we take a look at our triangle theorems, right here, we know that we have an exterior angle in a triangle theorem, so the EATT, which says that Z is equal to the sum of the 2 angles opposite. So Z is equal to X plus Y. So we're going to use that one to solve this question. So we know that 7X minus 14 is equal to the sum of these 2 angles. So X plus 40 plus 4X minus 8. And that was the exterior angles in a triangle theorem. So the E exterior angles in a triangle theorem, so EATT. So now we have 7x minus 14 is equal to x plus 40. Again, we're multiplying this bracket by 1, so it's just going to be 4x minus 8. So we can go ahead and simplify now. So we have 7x minus 14 is equal to x plus 4x is 5x plus 40 minus 8, which is 32. And so now I can go ahead and get my x's on one side and my numbers on another. So I'm going to subtract 5x from both sides. So I end up with 2x minus 14 is equal to 32. And now I want to get rid of the number on this side so I can get the x's all by itself. So I'm going to add 14. I'm going to add 14. And so I have 2x is equal to 46. And then I'm going to go and divide both sides by 2. So I have x is equal to 23 degrees. So if you remember, you have to find the angles. So these 3 angles. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So I know that x plus 40 is equal to 23 plus 40, or 63 degrees. So this one is 63 degrees. And then I have 4x minus 8, which is equal to 4 times 23 minus 8, which is going to equal 84 degrees. And then I have the last one, which is 7x minus 14, which is just 7 times 23 minus 14, which is equal to 147 degrees. So 147 degrees and 84 degrees, and then I can just check it. So I know that those two have to add up to that one. So 84 plus 63 looks like it could be a good answer. So therefore, the angles are 63 degrees, 84 degrees, and 147 degrees. Okay, so moving on to our last question. It is another word problem. So it says the exterior angles in a triangle are 3 consecutive even numbers. Determine the measure of each angle. So again, we have, we know it's the sum of the exterior angles, okay? So we know that the exterior angles in a triangle, if we take a look, if you don't remember, our theorem says that the sum of the exterior angles of any polygon is always equal to 360 degrees. So we know that it has to sum to 360, and then we know that they are 3 consecutive even numbers. So that would be like 2, 4, 6, or 4, 6, 8, or 6, 8, 10. So what we need to do then is we need to set up our let statement. So first we're going to let x represent the measure of one angle. So let's say the first, whoops, I always do that, angle. All right, so then because they're even numbers and they're consecutive means they're all in a row, then we know that the next one has to be x plus 2. So the second angle is going to be 2 more than the first angle. And then the third angle is going to be 4 more. It's going to be another 2. There. So those are my 3 angles that are going to be in my triangle. Okay. And again, I can go ahead and I'm just going to over here quickly draw that triangle. So whoops, is that going to, there we go. Okay. So this is say going to be x, and this one would be x plus 2, and this one would be x plus 4. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set up my equation. So I know that when I add up those 3 angles, x plus 2 plus x plus 4, then that is all going to be 360 degrees. And that is my sum of the exterior angles theorem. So I've gone ahead and set up my equation, and now I can solve it. So again, the first thing I want to do is to multiply that 1 through the brackets. Anytime you have an expression, you should always put it in brackets to begin with, because it's obviously going to change if you're multiplying the bracket by something other than 1 or if you're subtracting. So all expressions after the first one should go into brackets. So we have x plus x plus x. So we have 3x plus 6, so 2 plus 4 is equal to 360 degrees. So 3x, so we're going to subtract 6 from both sides. I always is equal to 354. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 3. So I have 354 divided by 3 is 118. So x is equal to 118 degrees. So, again, these answers are off. So let's just go ahead and change those. So in this case, I know what x is, so I know that this is 118 degrees, and then x plus 2, I mean, I can do the math, but I know that's going to be 120 degrees, and then this one is going to be 122 degrees. So therefore, the angles are 118 degrees, 120 degrees, and 122 degrees. And we can just quickly check it. So we've got 118 plus 120 plus 122, and so we get 360 degrees. So we are done. There is a homework handout with some similar questions for you to do. It has some of both kinds. So go ahead and take a look at those. And next class, we'll actually be working on review. Hope that helps, Nines.